In a world that constantly demands your time, energy, and attention, learning the art of saying no is a powerful skill. While it may feel uncomfortable at first, the ability to assertively say no is the key to reclaiming control over your life and prioritizing what truly matters. In this video, we'll explore why saying no is so difficult, how it can benefit you, and provide practical strategies to help you confidently set boundaries and live a more balanced, fulfilling life. Welcome to Colorful Show. Today we will talk about how to master the art of saying no, the secret to gaining more control over your life. Chapter 1: The Hidden Power of Saying No. Saying no isn't just about rejecting requests or avoiding extra work. It's about taking control of your time and energy, which are finite resources. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else, be it personal time, your own health, or your passion projects. The problem is, many of us struggle to say no because we fear disappointing others or feeling guilty. This fear of rejection or conflict can make it feel easier to overcommit, even if it means stretching ourselves thin. However, when we constantly say yes to every request, we deplete ourselves, leading to burnout, resentment, and a lack of fulfillment. The ability to say no is an act of self-respect that helps you prioritize what truly aligns with your values and goals. Chapter 2: Why is saying no so hard? To understand why saying no feels so difficult, we must first explore the psychological forces at play. Most people have been conditioned to be agreeable and accommodating, often because we want to be liked, avoid confrontation, or feel needed. These deeply ingrained habits can make the idea of saying no feel like an act of rebellion or selfishness. Here are a few reasons why people struggle with saying no. Number 1. Fear of rejection. Saying no may feel like we're rejecting the other person, and that can lead to feelings of guilt or worry about being judged. Number 2. People-pleasing tendencies. The desire to be liked or accepted can lead us to put others' needs ahead of our own. Number 3. Overcompensation. We may feel like we have to prove our worth by saying yes to everything. Number 4. Cultural conditioning. In many cultures, there's a strong emphasis on politeness and helping others, which can create internal pressure to always agree. Recognizing these psychological barriers is the first step in overcoming them. Once we understand the reasons behind our discomfort, we can reframe our thinking and start practicing healthier ways to say no. Chapter 3: The Benefits of Saying No. While it may seem counterintuitive, saying no opens up a world of benefits that will actually improve the quality of your life. By setting clear boundaries, you're not only protecting your time but also ensuring that the time you do spend is meaningful and aligned with your values. Here are just a few of the benefits. Number 1. Increased personal time. Saying no to non-essential requests frees up time for things that matter to you, whether that's self-care, hobbies, or spending time with loved ones. Number 2. Reduced stress. Constantly overcommitting leads to burnout. Saying no helps you keep your stress levels in check by ensuring you don't take on more than you can handle. Number 3. Improved relationships. Saying no helps to establish healthy boundaries in relationships. You teach others how to treat you, and they'll respect you more for maintaining those boundaries. Number 4. Better focus. When you focus on fewer things, you can give each task or commitment the attention it deserves, leading to greater productivity and satisfaction. Chapter 4: How to Say No Without Feeling Guilty. Now that you understand why saying no is important and the benefits it brings, it's time to learn how to say it in a way that feels confident and guilt-free. Saying no doesn't mean you're being rude or uncaring, it's simply a way to protect your time and mental well-being. Here are a few tips for saying no with grace. Number 1. Be direct but polite. The key is to be clear and firm without being harsh. A simple, "I'm sorry, but I'm unable to commit to this right now," is effective. Number 2. Offer an alternative, if appropriate. If you feel comfortable, suggest another way you can help, such as recommending someone else for the task or offering a future opportunity. Number 3. Don't over-explain. You don't need to justify your decision with lengthy explanations. A short, honest response is enough. Number 4. Use I statements. Frame your no in terms of your own capacity or needs. For example, "I don't have the bandwidth for this right now," or "This doesn't align with my priorities." Number 5. Practice saying no in low-stakes situations. To build your confidence, start by saying no to smaller requests that don't carry as much emotional weight, like a last-minute dinner invite or an extra task at work. By practicing these techniques, you'll feel more comfortable and empowered every time you decline a request. Chapter 5: Overcoming the Guilt of Saying No. Even when we know that saying no is in our best interest, we still may experience guilt. This is normal, but it's important to address the underlying causes of that guilt to avoid it from holding us back. Here's how to overcome the guilt. Number 1. Recognize that saying no is an act of self-care. Just as you wouldn't say yes to something that's physically harmful, you shouldn't say yes to commitments that harm your mental well-being. Number 2. Reframe your mindset. Remind yourself that saying no is an act of prioritizing your own needs and goals, which ultimately benefits both you and others in the long run. Number 3. Understand that you can't please everyone. You will never be able to meet everyone's expectations. It's impossible, and trying to do so will only lead to stress and frustration. Number 4. Be compassionate with yourself. Practice self-compassion and acknowledge that it's okay to say no without feeling guilty. You're allowed to protect your time and energy. Chapter 6. How to turn saying no into a habit. Mastering the art of saying no takes practice, but once you make it a habit, it will feel much more natural. Here's how to integrate this practice into your daily life. Number 1. Start small. Begin with simple situations where you're not emotionally invested, such as declining a social invite or an unnecessary work task. Number 2. Stay consistent. Make saying no a regular part of your routine. Over time, the guilt and discomfort will fade as you get used to asserting yourself. Number 3. Set clear priorities. The more you know what matters most to you, the easier it will be to say no to distractions. Keep a list of your top priorities to help guide your decisions. Number 4. Reflect on your progress. Take time to assess how you feel after saying no. Notice the relief and sense of control that follows. Celebrate these moments to reinforce the habit. Reclaiming control of your life. Mastering the art of saying no isn't just about turning down requests, it's about creating space for the things that truly matter. By learning to set boundaries and protect your time, you'll reduce stress, improve your relationships, and increase your sense of personal fulfillment. The next time you feel overwhelmed by too many commitments, remember that saying no is not a weakness, it's a powerful tool for regaining control of your life. I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a nice day.